Your mind doesn't get tired, it just keeps going, replaying things you already lived, conversations that are long over, moments that don't even matter anymore. And somehow, a small thought turns into a heavy feeling. But what if I told you you're not thinking too much, you're just stuck in a loop your brain never learned how to exit? You don't just think, you replay that one conversation from 3 days ago, that message you already sent, that tiny change in someone's tone, and no matter how much you try to let it go, your mind won't let you. It keeps digging, searching for meaning, for mistakes, for something you might have missed. And the worst part, you don't even know if you're protecting yourself or slowly exhausting your own mind. Imagine this, it's late at night, you're lying in bed, your body is tired, but your mind is wide awake. You replay something small, maybe a joke you made, maybe a reply you sent. At first it's nothing, but then a thought appears. What if that sounded weird? And suddenly your brain grabs it. Now you're analyzing tone, facial expressions, timing, words. You start creating possibilities, different versions of what they might have thought, and each version feels more real than the last. Now your chest feels tight, your heart beats faster, and without realizing it, you've turned a tiny moment into an emotional storm. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Overthinking is not about thinking too much. It's about feeling too much and not knowing where to place those feelings. Your mind isn't broken, it's trying to protect you from embarrassment, from rejection, from regret. So it replays the past to prevent future pain. But something goes wrong because the brain doesn't know when to stop. It treats imagination like reality. So every what if feels like it's actually happening. Pause for a second. Think about this. How many times were your worst fears actually true? Not what felt real, but what was proven real. Most of the time, people weren't thinking about you that deeply. They moved on. They forgot. But you didn't, because your brain stayed behind, trying to solve something that was never really there. Overthinkers often have something in common. They notice everything. Small changes in tone, subtle shifts in behavior, things others completely miss. It makes them emotionally intelligent, but also emotionally overwhelmed, because when you notice everything, you start attaching meaning to everything. And not all meaning is real. Some of it is fear in disguise. Let's go deeper. There's a hidden belief inside most overthinkers. If I think enough, I'll finally feel in control. So you analyze, you predict, you prepare, but control never comes. Instead, anxiety does, because life doesn't work like a puzzle you can fully solve. Some things are uncertain, some people are unpredictable, and no amount of thinking can change that. Now here's where it gets painful. Overthinking doesn't just stay in your head, it changes how you live. You hesitate before speaking, you rewrite messages multiple times, you avoid situations, just to avoid the mental aftermath. And slowly, you stop trusting yourself, not because you're incapable, but because your mind keeps questioning everything you do. Pause again, ask yourself this. What would your life feel like if your mind was quieter, not empty, just calmer? Would you speak more freely, sleep better, feel lighter? That version of you already exists. It's just buried under noise. Here's the twist most people miss. Overthinking feels like depth, but often it's just repetition. You're not gaining new insights, you're circling the same thoughts again and again, like a song stuck on loop. And the longer it plays, the more convincing it sounds. But repetition doesn't equal truth. Real clarity doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from stepping back, from realizing that not every thought deserves attention. Some thoughts are just noise. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them.